Good evening, everyone. This is Kushagra Goyal, and very warm welcome to the Legal Game, your one-stop channel for all your law entrance questions, right? So as we are carrying on with our discussion and the preparation for the examination, it is time to test our skills. We have completed almost a month of our current affairs news on this channel, and therefore it is time now to see how much progress you have done. We have also discussed the strategies of making notes. We have discussed the strategy of how to increase your reading speed. We have done discussions on the CLAT, past year's papers also. So now is an ideal time to see how much progress you are really making in terms of the question and answers. Are you actually able to do better than what you were doing? How much of the information you are recollecting? How correct is your note making process? All those factors we will be discussing and testing out today. Okay, good evening Ria, good evening Anushka, very good evening to all of you. So we will be carrying on with the format today, and if you are new to the channel today and you did not join our quiz yesterday, today we are going to follow a purely CLAT based concept, unlike A-Lit 1. I will be giving you certain questions, but before that we'll be doing a passage, okay? And I will be explaining the ground rules, how you can mark yourself, right? So before we do that, a quick introduction about myself. So I'm Kushagra Goyal, a graduate from National Law University, a master's in economics. I've assisted students to achieve AIR 4, AIR 16, 100 plus CLAT selections and 90% of the GK questions. So if I am making these questions, trust me that these questions are going to get in your examination, okay? And lastly, for everyone, the notes related to this quiz, all the questions that are here will be uploaded on the link bit.ly/kushgk notes, okay? And all of you can find me and locate, and if you have any doubts about these questions, connect with me on the Telegram channel. You can find me at Kushagra Goyal, the legal game _Unacademy. Okay, hello Mimansa, hello everyone. So now we will be doing the quiz, okay? But before I do that, certain ground rules, right? So I will be giving all of you 2 minutes to read the passage that is on slide 1. Each questions, there are a set of 5 questions, okay? We will be doing it first with the passage. So 2 minutes to read the passage and then 50 seconds to answer each question. In between, I will be reading out. I expect all of you to not cheat, okay? Please do not cheat during the questions. Don't search for answers on Google, okay? I will be keeping a score also today, all right? So comment your answers in the live chat. I am keeping an eye on the live chat. I'm noting your answers, okay? I am expecting all of you to answer the questions properly. All the questions will be in MCQ format, okay? How can you score yourself? You can use 4 marks for correct ones and -1 for the incorrect answer that you give, okay? We will be doing a daily GK quiz nowadays onwards, okay? I have realized that this is the best format to keep all of you engaged with your learning, all right? So we'll be doing it on a daily basis, right? So now the time, okay? So all set, all of you, right? So let's begin. In 1 hour, enough energy reaches the earth from the sun to meet humanity's energy needs for an entire year. To date, we have made use of a fraction of the untapped potential of this enormous resource of renewable energy. But an ambitious project spearheaded by India and launched last week at the UN Climate Summit of Conference of Parties 26 seeks to redress this. Was first announced by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2018. In May 21, a partnership was revealed with Dash Green Grids Initiative, a coalition to accelerate the deployment of solar infrastructure around the world. The project was formally launched at Conference of Parties on 2nd November. According to early reports, India's grid will be connected with the South Asia first and then expanded to Middle East and Southeast Asia. In the second phase, the grid will link up with a pool of connected African grids. The third phase will connect grid to the rest of the world. The grid aims for 2600 gigawatts of interconnection by 2050. 2 minutes to read the passage. If you are not able to recognize words, let me know, I will zoom in. Time up. Time for the questions now. Okay. Question 1. 50 seconds to answer each question. What initiative does the above passage relate to? One Sun, One World, One Grid, Green Network Initiative, Methane Pledge, or D, all of the above? The passage that you read relates to what initiative? Comment your answers in the comment section. Okay, so the answer to this question is One Sun, One World, One Grid initiative. Okay, this is the initiative that was launched by the Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, at the Conference of Parties. Okay, it had earlier been propagated by him in 2018. Okay, what happened to the others? Ria, Tapasvi, Mimansa? Try to answer the questions. Okay, next one. The project has been launched by India in collaboration with the Green Grids Initiative. Which country initiated the Green Grids Initiative as denoted by blank 1 in the passage? Is it United States of America, B, United Kingdom, C, China, D, Norway? Time up. So the answer to this question is the collaboration is with United Kingdom. Okay, UK के साथ India has tied up to announce this big initiative. Okay, so very good Anushka, very good Ria, 2 correct answers till now. Okay, next question. The Glasgow hosted Conference of Parties 26. When and where did the first Conference of Parties take place? 1995 Paris, B 1997 Kyoto, C New York in 2002, or D Berlin in 1995. This was a question that I had discussed during the class about history of climate change policies. Alright, this answer to this question is D, Berlin in 1995. The headquarters of UNFCCC is also in Germany, in Bonn. ठीक है? The earliest summit took place in Germany, okay? But the first big announcement related to UNFCCC happened at Kyoto, which is the Kyoto Protocol, okay? And उसके बाद the next big event that has happened, it has happened in 2015 in Paris, okay? This Paris is related to 2015. Kyoto is related, it's the correct year, 1997. No summit happened in Paris in 1995. Okay, it happened in Berlin. Alright, so this is the key part. It all started with the Rio summit, but the conference of parties, okay, the conference of parties started in Berlin in 1995, when the groundwork for Kyoto Protocol was laid down. Okay, so the first question and the third question are interlinked. How are they interlinked? Because trading of clean energy. So what India talked about in the first summit, all right, what India has implemented through one grid, one sun, that idea of trading energy was first mooted in Berlin. Okay? In Berlin it was first talked about, and then Kyoto Protocol tried to implement it, but it got failed. Okay, so the idea of 1995 has finally been realized in 2021. That is how they are interrelated. Okay, so don't forget the interconnection of history of climate change events. Okay, now we move on to the next question. What infrastructure is the base requirement for the project to go ahead? Is it A, building of large solar plants everywhere, B, building of large windmills, C, building of inter-country transmission lines, or C, D, all of the above? What infrastructure is the base requirement for the project to go ahead? Others? The answer to this question is C, building of inter-country transmission lines. It is not necessary. First of all, why D cannot be the answer is because B is not a requirement. Large windmills, the initiative is about solar power and not wind power, so B is an incorrect answer. By that logic, D also goes incorrect. Now why is A an incorrect answer? A is incorrect because every country does not need to have solar plants. Every country does not have to generate solar energy. For example, African countries and India are abundant in solar energy. All they need is inter-country transmission lines, transmit extra energy of India to all the way to Africa, or let's say to Bangladesh or Maldives, island countries. You don't need large solar plants everywhere. This is not the requirement. Okay, So Anushka, one incorrect answer. Ria, you did not answer this question. Okay, so as of right now, 3 correct answers, 1 incorrect answer. Okay, and Ria, 2 correct answers, 1 incorrect answer. Okay, now last question of the passage. At Conference of Parties 26, the Prime Minister announced updated NDCs of India, with the chief among them being the target of net zero by 2070. On the front of renewable energy, what is India's nationally determined contribution? Will it be A, 45% reduction in non-renewable energy, B, 50% energy requirement from renewable energy, C, phase out of coal and crude oil, or D, phase out of non-LED appliances? Think about it. We talked about 5 new NDCs. One of them is net zero by 2070. And among the 4, one of them is the correct answer of this question. Okay, only one commitment related to renewable energy. Others, try to attempt the question. Even if you get it wrong, it does not matter. Okay, so the answer to this question is B, 50% energy requirements by renewable sources of energy. That is the commitment of India. All right. What we will be doing among the 5 is, one is net zero, second 50% energy requirement from renewable energy, third 40% reduction in total carbon emission. All right, not reduction in non-renewable energy, right? So 50% energy requirement from renewable energy, and then 1 billion tons of carbon will be reduced by 2030 by India. Okay, among the 5 commitments, 2 which have not been agreed by India is increasing its forest cover by up to 33%, and second is reduction in methane emissions. So India has not signed the methane pledge and has not signed the forest cover initiative. Okay, so this is the key as of now. Very good, Anushka. 4 correct answers, 1 incorrect answer. All right, now we move on. Now before I do that, I want to inform all of you that today at 9 p.m. one of the most important topics for your current affairs is day and dates. Okay, and I will be taking a session, a special class today at 9 p.m. on the Learners app. Okay, this will be primarily about the day and dates of 2021 and 2022. Last year's CLAT paper had 5 questions on day and dates. Okay, so make sure that you attend it. Use the code KUSHGK to access the class for free. All right, if you want to avail this class for free, right, do use the code KUSHGK. All right, this will be the way to avail this class for free. All right, now I also want to tell you all that, see, if you are new to the platform, special classes are free classes. Okay, they are interactive in the sense that you can see me the way YouTube is, but in these classes you can raise your hand and ask me questions. Second, you can participate in live polls that I conduct during the class. Third, you can also set up alarms through the app to notify yourself that a class has already started. If you enroll for a particular class, you will already get access to it. Okay, and you can watch these classes multiple times later on also. Okay, and if you are looking for paid subscription to assist yourself for CLAT, okay, you can do that by availing the 6-month subscription for CLAT 2022 candidates. Okay, and if you need an additional discount on the total subscription fees, you can use my code, that is KUSHGK, for an additional 10% discount. Okay, if you are looking for online learning where you will get access to mock test and everything, then use my code KUSHGK. Okay, now second passage. This is a little lengthier one. All right, so ready everyone? Your time starts now. The COVAX program is led by Vaccine Alliance Gavi, World Health Organization and Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations in partnership with UNICEF, vaccine manufacturers and the World Bank, among others. The aim is to ensure equitable distribution of COVID-19 vaccines globally in what is being called the largest vaccine procurement and supply operation in history. The program wants to vaccinate roughly 20% of the population in advanced market commitment countries, which include middle and lower income nations that cannot afford to pay for COVID-19 vaccines. This means countries with a gross national income per capita with less than 4,000 US dollars and some other countries which are eligible under World Bank International Development Association. The funding target for this program is for 2021 is US dollars 6.8 billion, of which 4 billion has been raised by US. The funding is partly coming from high and middle income countries. The share they will receive for produced for COVAX. Okay, the passage is taken from Indian Express, which explains the COVAX scheme. Alright, time up for the passage. See, this passage is ideally of between 300 words. Okay, so your reading speed you should be able to read this passage in less than 2 minutes ideally. Okay, first question. Which country is the first recipient of COVID-19 vaccines under the COVAX program? Is it A. Myanmar, B. Bangladesh, C. Ghana, D. Burkina Faso? Okay. Remember, this is the recipient under COVAX program. Okay, COVAX initiative की first country who has benefited. Okay, so time up. The answer to this question is Ghana. Ghana became the first country to receive vaccines. They got approximately 6 million doses. Okay, 6 million dose of by the Serum Institute of India. The first doses under COVAX program. Okay, especially under COVAX initiative, Ghana was the country which got the first one. Okay, so even if you got it incorrect, no worries, now is your time to note it down. Very important question, especially from COVID-19 perspective. Okay, next question. Which vaccine manufacturer is the chief recipient of funding for production of vaccines under the COVAX initiative? Is it A. Serum Institute of India, Pune, B. Beijing Bio Institute of Biological Products Co. Limited, Beijing, Janssen Silag International in Brussels, or Moderna TX Incorporation in Norwood? Which is the one that has received the highest funding and is mostly responsible for the COVAX initiative supplies? Alright, so the answer to this question, very rightly pointed out by Manya and Anushka, Serum Institute of India. Okay, Adhar Poonawala is the CEO of this company. Serum Institute is the chief manufacturer, alright, under the COVAX initiative. The others, this is the Sinopharm vaccine manufacturer in Beijing. Okay, this relates to the Pfizer vaccine. Janssen Silag is related to the Pfizer vaccine and Moderna is related to the Moderna vaccine. Okay, next question. AstraZeneca vaccine known as Covishield in India was given emergency use listing by WHO this month. AstraZeneca and Serum Institute will work together with COVAX facility to begin supplying the vaccine globally. What is the scientific mechanism of the vaccine named above? Is it mRNA technique, B. modified adenovirus, C. DNA technique, or D. modified common cold combination? AstraZeneca vaccine or the Covishield vaccine that has been given in India. Okay? Modified adenovirus is the answer. Option B. Okay, not A. This technique, mRNA, is the one used by Pfizer and Moderna. ठीक है, DNA technique Zydus Cadila. Okay, and modified common cold combination Sputnik, the Russian vaccine. Okay, modified adenovirus is the one that has been used by AstraZeneca. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, even if you got it incorrect, no worries. ठीक है, next question. What is the policy name of India's personal vaccine distribution mechanism for COVID-19 vaccines? Is it COVID Tikakaran Abhiyan, Vaccine Kavach, C. Vaccine Maitri, D. Dhanyavad Bharat? What is the scheme under which India is distributing vaccines to different countries? Is it COVID Tikakaran Abhiyan, Vaccine Kavach, Vaccine Maitri, or Dhanyavad Bharat? All right. The answer to this question, vaccine Maitri. CLAT के अंदर भी ये question आया है. Vaccine Maitri is the scheme of India to export vaccines to different countries. Okay. Moving on. WHO is one of the body involved with COVAX. What is the nature of WHO under UNO? Is it an intergovernmental organization? B. United Nations agency, C. United Nations main organ, or D. none of the above? Is it an intergovernmental organization, a United Nations agency, a United Nations main organ, or none of the above? WHO is a United Nations agency. ओके, UN के अंडर आता है WHO एंड उसके बाद इट इज अ इंटर गवर्नमेंटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ओके, अनलाइक यूनेस्को विच इज ऑल्सो हैज different NGOs under it, or UNICEF. Okay, WHO is first and foremost a United Nations agency. ठीक है, there are 6 main organs of United Nations. General Assembly के अंदर कंफर्म होता है WHO का हेड. WHO की फंडिंग यूनाइटेड नेशंस की फंडिंग के चार्टर के हिसाब से डिसाइड होती है. तो इट इज अ UN एजेंसी फर्स्ट and then is an intergovernmental organization because governments work under it, but WHO doesn't always work with governments, so it is not purely a intergovernmental organization. It is first a United Nations agency. ये सवाल मैंने आपको इसीलिए दिया था. It is a United Nations agency first. Okay, then so we have concluded this passage also. All right, a lot of you have got a lot of questions incorrect in this passage, so please go back to these questions and get them correct next time. Okay, don't make the mistakes next time. Okay, next passage. Delhi Regional Security Dialogue on Afghanistan, hosted by India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval on November 10, brought together security czars of Russia, Iran and the 5 Central Asian nations to brainstorm on the serious situation since the Taliban takeover and find ways to stem instability from spilling across Afghanistan's borders. The overwhelming response which host India said it received to the conference owed to the fact that while United States and Europe cut their losses, exited from Afghanistan and curtailed their interest in shaping its future, countries located around Afghanistan don't have the option of ignoring it due to the compulsions of geography and intertwined history. The Taliban, which was not invited to the Delhi dialogue, nevertheless commended the conference as being in the better interest of Afghanistan, implying that getting India to recognize their government is key for the group to break out of international isolation and gain wider acceptance. Okay, the excerpt is taken from the Diplomat's article. Okay, 30 seconds more to read it if you want me to zoom in. All right, so time up, time to see the questions. So first question, which among the following nations did not participate in the dialogue hosted by India? Was it A, Turkmenistan, B, Russia, C, Kazakhstan, or D, Azerbaijan? Good, good. Others? Anushka, Mimansa, Riya, Tapasvi. All right. So, yes, Azerbaijan is the correct answer. Azerbaijan is not a Central Asian republic. Okay, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, okay, they form the core part of neighborhood of Afghanistan. Okay, they had attended along with Russia and Iran. All right, they were the participants to the conference, right? So Azerbaijan did not. All right, along with the invitation was also extended to Pakistan and China. They were the only non-attendees, right? Next, Pakistan hosted a competing dialogue on the same matter a day later. What is the diplomatic term that the parties who attended it are called by? Quad, Pashtun dialogue, C, Troika plus, or D, Doha talks. So a day after the talks by India, Pakistan hosted a competing one. What was the name of that talk? How are the countries who attended that talk called by diplomatically? Okay. Answer is Troika plus. Troika means US plus Russia plus China. This is known as the Troika. And when you add Pakistan to it, that is a Troika plus. There is nothing known as Pashtun dialogue. Kuch nahi hai. This is a made up term by me. Alright, Quad is limited to US being the spearhead. Okay, Quad is related to India, Australia, Japan and US, or the other Quad that US has created is US, India, Israel and UAE. Alright, so Troika plus is the answer to this question. Okay, right? Next question. Question 3. US invaded Afghanistan in 2001 after the attacks of 9/11. President Bush had termed it the global war on terror. What was the name of the operation during the 2001 invasion of Afghanistan? Was it Operation Enduring Freedom, B, Operation Freedom Sentinel, 3, Operation Red Dawn, or D, Operation Desert Storm? What was the name of the operation during the invasion in 2001? Very, very important terms, alright? Others, Tanushree, Mimansa, Riya, Tapasvi. Okay, time up. The answer is Enduring Freedom. Okay, now Enduring Freedom was 2001 to 07. Okay, these are Bush years. Then 2009 to 15 is Freedom Sentinel. Red Dawn is capture of Saddam Hussein. ठीक है, and Operation Desert Storm is first Gulf War. ठीक है, the first Gulf War was related to Operation Desert Storm. ठीक है, so very good, a lot of you got this correct. Very, very good. This was also a difficult question. Now this is also easy question in my opinion. India and Afghanistan share a small border in the north of Ladakh. The border territory is under Pakistan occupied Kashmir as of today. What is the line that separates India and Afghanistan? Ardeke-Johnson line, B, Durand line, C, Radcliffe line, D, McMahon line. Good. I expected lightning fast answers for those who have been continuously attending the classes. Good, good. The answer, Durand line. 106 kilometers is the length of the border between India and Afghanistan. Okay. Durand line. Ardek Johnson line is India China. Radcliffe line, India Pakistan. McMahon line, Arunachal Pradesh with India China. Okay. Last question of the day. Alright. Read it carefully. Good, Tanushree, good answer. Okay. The fall of Afghanistan regime to Taliban is seen as a huge reversal for India in diplomacy. Which among the following is not a concern of India due to Taliban control of Afghanistan? Not. Negative question. A. Rise in infiltration of terrorists via the line of control, losing access to Central Asian countries via INSTEC. C. Loss of revenue due to Afghani cricketers now playing in cricket in Pakistan. D. Monetary loss in terms of investments made in the past. Easy question, very easy. Negative answer, it's very easy if you are aware of things. Okay, so with this, the last answer is C. Loss of revenue now in Pakistan. Alright, Afghanistan plays its cricket in India. Okay, so now they might play in Pakistan, but that is not our diplomatic concern. Okay, INSTEC is इंट्रा नॉर्थ साउथ ट्रेड कॉरिडोर. क्वेश्चन आया था इस साल क्लैट में इससे रिलेटेड. ठीक है, monetary loss $3 billion की investment we have done there. Alright, so with this we conclude the quiz. Thank you so much all of you. Tomorrow we are hosting a marathon quiz for all of you. It will be based on CLAT questions only. Okay, instead of 3 passages in that quiz we will be doing 5. Okay, we will be reducing the time to answer the questions to do 5 passages at 7:30 PM tomorrow. ठीक है, कल 7:30 PM पे same type CLAT based questions, all new questions related to current affairs only until mid-November. So now I'm expanding the timeline. I'm not stating mid-October to mid-November. I am saying current affairs events till mid-November. Okay, so that will be the key part. On that note, thank you so much all of you. Okay, we move on. If you encounter any bugs, please remember to report them to the form in the description box. Okay, and if you like participating in more quizzes, participate in live quizzes on the Unacademy platform. Okay, and if you're looking for dedicated batches for your preparation, you can participate in Score Booster 2022. Okay, or if you are a CLAT 2023 aspirant, then it is the beginners batch for CLAT 2023 known as Evolve. Alright, so don't forget today at 9 PM, first of all, a special class for all of you on days and dates. So get your dinner and get ready. Days and dates at 9 PM, all the days and their themes. Okay, so on that note, thank you so much all of you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want access to these notes, please log on to bit.ly/KUSHGK notes. Okay, that is where you will find the notes. Do remember to give this video a like. Thank you so much all of you. See you all at 9 PM on the Unacademy Learners app.